Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ask Me Anything. Today is July 2nd, 2026. And I'm spiritual medium, psychotherapist, and author Kellee White. And welcome. So let me say hi to a few people, and then I'm going to talk a lot about the Vedic astrology for the month of July. Because if you haven't felt the energy, to me, it has been wonky energy. Like, am I coming or am I going? Like that kind of energy. And I think it will probably remain a little bit like that for the month. But I'm hoping that it'll at least I will acclimate to the energy. I think I am. But let me say hi to a few people, and then I'll start. And I should mention that we are in the middle, shocker, of 2 thunderstorms. So hopefully I won't have to run out due to a tornado yet again. Okay. Hi, Rita. You stay cool too, because as this weather, it is a historical time. That is so true, Rita. Oh my gosh, this weather is unbelievable. And I know you guys on the East Coast are having it too. And it's really something. It's unbelievable. Hi, Leslie. Magical holiday weekend. Yahoo. Great. Hi, Dee. I hope that you're staying cool with this wild weather. Well, we are staying cool inside, but man, this really is wild weather. And have good news for us this July. My birthday is coming up on the 12th. Can't wait to see you in Chicago in October. Oh, thanks, Dee Dee. I really appreciate that. Shirley and I are going to be in Chicago. I don't have the exact date, but I think it's like October 26th. I don't know. I'll have to look. I think it may be on my newsletter, but Shirley and I are coming out, and we're going to be working with Jen Weigel. So if you know Jen Weigel and her spiritual group, and it's going to be just a great evening where Shirley and I will answer a lot of questions, and I will be doing some mediumship too. So it'll be really fun. And I love to do those things in person, and it's so fun. So, and your birthday is July 12th coming up. And let's just say just quickly, July 12th is a 3 of diamonds, and 3 of diamonds has they're very creative. They can be wildly creative, and sometimes we call it the hardest card in the deck because it's a lot of karma that comes through with that one, but also they can be wildly creative. I know so many 3 of diamonds. It's like a normal thing in my life to have a 3 of diamonds in my life. Okay. Hi, Melissa. I'd like to know why every month is usually not a good month. And July comes with Mercury retrograde. Yes. Well, I'm glad that it's turning out good for you. And it is a great time to meditate. These are not the easiest of months. They just are not. This is not just this time zone, or this timeline, I should say, is challenging. It's challenging, but we're up for the challenge. We wouldn't be here. Hi, Sarah Stone. Hi, Sonia. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate it. Hey, Toby. Thank you. It's almost 4th of July. Hi, Jean. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Vera from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So sweet. Hi, Jean. Says, Kellee, enjoy your time off. It looks like July may be a good time to get some rest and fun. And while I am going to be doing that, I am going to be taking some time off, a couple of weeks, and I will not be doing shows. Shirley and I also will not be doing shows. So all of July, this is my last show for July. And then I'll be back on the beginning of August. But I will be doing some travel. I'm going to be heading to Los Angeles. I'm going to a wedding with Shirley. I'm going to take my grandkids to Disneyland. And yes, it is going to be the hottest time ever. That's right. But this grandma is up for the challenge. I'm ready to go. Hey, Jackie Grace. But I am open for sessions like from the 18th of July on. So I just want you to know that I think I have a couple of sessions left for next week, I believe. Okay. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Gayla. Thank you, Gayla. Look at this. I just want to show everybody. This is my new scarf, and I love birds. And I don't know if you could see, but this is a bird. And my favorite colors are coral and like aqua teal. And I saw this and I was like, oh, yes, that's coming home with me. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Marge. Hey, Matt. So it's so good to see everybody. Oh, Leslie, I will get you a card from your dear friend who passed away on Saturday. I'm so sorry. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I will definitely, Leslie, when I get to that, I promise I'll get you a card, honey. My goodness gracious. So let's talk about some astrology. As you know, if you haven't felt it, Mercury is retrograde now. Now, I'm curious and I want to ask you guys something, because Mercury retrograde, all kinds of things happen when Mercury goes retrograde. Electricity breaks, travel plans get disrupted. It's just communication just gets screwed up, and now we're having a thunderstorm. So if you hear that, it's a thunderstorm out there. But anyway, so Mercury retrograde just makes things kablooey. And so today I had an experience that I wanted to share, and I'm curious so far if anybody has had any Mercury retrograde stories, and if you have, put it in the comments, because I'd love to hear about it. But this morning I had one, and what it was I was using my 6-month-old curling iron. So 6 months old, practically brand new, not that many miles on it. I mean, literally almost brand new curling iron. And I put my hair in a thing, and I'm do, and all of a sudden my whole hair burns, the whole like strip of it just burns onto the curling iron, and just, it was like the curling iron went rogue or something. It just like, whew. So obviously I unplugged it, and I'll tell you what I did do. I called the manufacturer, and I have to send it in. It's a whole deal, and I will do all of that. But I thought, wow, Mercury retrograde. I mean, I have never had a curling iron that just had a life of its own and then just went rogue like that. And fortunately, I have a lot of hair, so it wasn't terribly horrible. But I got to tell you, burning hair, that smell is no fun. On top of that, but it was just really weird. I never had that before. So I'm kind of curious if anybody else has had anything like that. And then not necessarily with the curling iron, but just with any electrical appliances or any really odd things that have happened. I'd love to know, because I'll tell you why. I think that this particular Mercury retrograde, which in Vedic astrology, it's in Cancer, I think that it's going to be a doozy. And it's in the nakshatra called Purnarvasu. Say that 3 times. So that is a nakshatra that emphasizes a time for stillness, and it allows you to return to past ideas. So any ideas that you've had, they can come back. It's a time to heal. This particular one is a time to heal emotional wounds. So you kind of want to look at that. And also it means, this nakshatra actually means like to seek internal light rather than to rush forward. So because it spans itself from Gemini into Cancer, they call that the star of renewal. So it represents the return of the light, healing, and second chances. So it will help you bounce back from adversity, and it has a do-over theme. And so when we talk about Mercury in retrograde, we always use the Re's, R-E, like, and this particular one, because it's in Cancer, which is really the home and, nurturing, it's about launching a project. So not during this time, but we're like really thinking about what is it that you had wanted to do. So this would be a great time for that. It's a great time to study. It's a great time to go back and redo a book or rewrite something or write. I think like in those terms, it's a great time to do healing for yourself, to heal your own wounds, to really look at your life through the eyes of light. Like, where am I right now with everything? And just be good and kind to yourself, because this is a particularly interesting Mercury retrograde in Cancer that has a lot to do too with family harmony. So interesting enough, I'm going to be with my family and my friends in July, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I thought, isn't that a fun time to go for me? And it actually is, because everybody, it seems like there will be some harmony going on during this particular time. So this goes until July 24th. So if you were thinking about signing a contract, probably if you could wait, it's not really a time to buy something large or to sign off on things large. However, if you need to, you do. You just do. My husband just got a new car during Mercury retrograde. As a matter of fact, on the day that was retrograde, the day that it's stationed direct. And I was like, well, let's see. I'm sure it'll be fine. You just hold the space for all of that. So anyway, in fact, now that I think about it, another family member literally just signed for a new job today. So interesting. A lot of things like this are going to happen anyway. So pay attention, pay a lot of attention before you send an email, before you send a text, before, you call somebody. The other thing is, old people can come back during Mercury retrogrades, particularly in this one, because it has a lot to do with relationships and family. So do I want this person back in my life? Really, maybe you don't. So just think like that. So on July 4th, it's a powerhouse day. I mean, I understand the United States is turning 250 years old. I get it. This is a powerhouse day because Mars conjuncts Uranus. And let me explain that. When two planets conjunct, that means they're close to each other, and that means that energy magnifies. So Mars is the planet. It represents energy. It represents aggression, war, ambition, and it is conjunct Uranus, next to Uranus, which represents sudden, erratic, unpredictable changes, but also, please know, that Uranus rules airplanes, okay? And they are in Taurus at 9 degrees. And I'm using Vedic astrology, in Taurus at 9 degrees. So 9 degrees represents this transition from a stable, it's like the first third energy, and then it gets a lot more concentrated when it gets to 9, 10, 11, 12. It's more concentrated of energy. And so I suspect that this is going to be a very powerful day, this July 4th that I'm talking about. So Mars is in detriment, which means it feels very restricted when it's in Taurus. And because the energy of Mars would be trapped in this slow, earthy sign, Taurus is an earthy sign, it could be frustrated and anger can build up. And so Uranus represents sudden revolution and chaos. So this July 4th could be filled with an intense energy. And a Mars-Uranus conjunction signals sudden, unexpected events, particularly involving technology, airplanes, and travel. So if you are traveling, again, just pay attention and pack a lot of patience. And because we also have Mercury retrograde, and that could have a lot of disruptions in communication and travel plans. And maybe something during this particular time could go, really wildly cattywampus or very much intense. There could be some really shocking things that happen on that July 4th, because also there's something about that energy, that 9th degree, that it's like it involves like a fireworks. I know that fireworks is going to be on that day, but can feel like fireworks energy. Ironically, it happens to be on that day, July 4th, where we do have fireworks. Like, what could go possibly wrong, right? It's that kind of a day. So if you just pay attention to all these kind of things. So on July 7th, we have Neptune, which is the dreamy planet, also going retrograde, and it will retrograde all the way until December 12th. So, and it will be at 10 degrees. Again, 10 degrees is an interesting place because it comes out, it's just leaving that stability and moving into a more intensified time. So it will intensify, exactly. And it will bring us to looking at spiritual and boundary themes, like spiritual themes and then boundary themes. So people may re-encounter, because it's going back in retrograde, re-encounter things that you have longed wanted to do, or it might you might set you on a path of looking at your ancestors, and then looking at like going down that road and looking at maybe your family constellation, that kind of a thing. Also, it can bring up a lot of artistic time. So if you are an artist or really somebody who loves to create, this could be quite a time for you, because you may go into a space of of a creativity that you've not seen before. Like it may be a spirit, like a real spiritual kind of awakening for your creativity. Now, on the shadow side, when Neptune retrogrades, and this is going to be from July 7th to December 12th, so for the next several months, it can bring that shadow side out and old patterns that you might have of self-deception. I mean, look at your old patterns because they tend to surface during Neptune retrogrades. Addictive tendencies. Have you recovered from an addiction? And is it, do you get drawn back into it? So you really want to look at this. The other thing that it will look at is an enmeshment that can resurface. So an enmeshment is when you are just simply really enmeshed with another person. So, and that's never really healthy. So that can absolutely resurface during this time. So think about that because Neptune deals with deceptions and also deals with cults. So we might be hearing a lot about cults that come up through this period of time. So July 14th, we have a new moon in Gemini in Vedic astrology. And again, it is in that nakshatra Parnuvasu. And that is ruled by Jupiter, and it's represented by it's represented by a symbol of a quiver of arrows, which is interesting. But it's known also as the star of renewal. So the return of the light. So this July 14th, if your birthday is on that is a very special day because it's a time for restoration, replenishment, and like regaining the goodness in life that maybe had been temporarily lost. So it's a very powerful new moon, and so you can definitely set your intentions on that one. In fact, the goal setting and intention would be really important to do. Write down your intentions and focus on what you want to restore, possibly with your emotional well-being, and then building or rebuilding really strong foundations. In life, we're constantly building and rebuilding, structuring and restructuring, because we're growing, and that's what we want to do in life. So just know this will be a really, really good time to sit, they call it in the light, during that time to rest and meditate and regroup before moving forward. And of course, Mercury will be retrograde. There's this theme this month, of the star of renewal. So that's a good thing. Now on July 16th until August 16th, so if you were born on July 16th all the way through August 16th, in Vedic astrology, the sun will enter Cancer. And so because the sun represents, ego and our soul and authority, when it enters the watery sign of Cancer, its fiery nature of the sun gets softened. And so the theme will be emotional security, family bonds. Again, family tends to come up this month. Has a lot to do with the way the planets are situated right now, but has the ability to bring families together and for more harmony, okay? And also friends together. And so it starts in Parnavasu, and that goes into that until July 20th. And that does bring a wave of renewal and hope, and again, to restore your emotions. It's a very powerful time, okay? Then on July 22nd, we have Pluto. It's an extraordinary day. Let me just say July 22nd. We have a major conjunction here. It's Pluto, which is the planet of transformation, Neptune, the dreamy planet, Uranus, the planet of shock and surprise, and Jupiter, the guru, all come together in a conjunction, okay, which is really rare, but all of them come together at 10 degrees. So this is highly, highly unusual, July 22nd. And when all of those planets come together, it means a shift and change in consciousness for the planet, because we're talking about Pluto and Neptune and Uranus, which are outer planets. And so it will have a lot to do with Earth, with the planet, with what's going on in our world, because it's highly unusual. And Pluto will be in Capricorn, Neptune will be in Pisces, Uranus will be in Taurus, and Jupiter will be in Cancer. And all of that means transformation of consciousness. So they don't conjoin in the same sign, but they're all aspecting and occupying that 10th degree. And that generates this collective harmony frequency. So it's a really powerful alignment, and it suggests massive societal reorganization, technological breakthroughs, and shifts in global perspectives. It'll be fascinating on the 22nd. And all of this will be happening with Mercury retrograde. So things can come back. And prior conjunctions like this, there was one in 1993, and that was Neptune conjunct Uranus. And that was from 93 to 1999. There was an internet explosion. So that was what happened during that conjunction. In 1966, Pluto was conjunct Uranus, and that was the 1960s. 66 was like in the middle of that, and that really changed the consciousness. And in 1890 to 1893, Neptune was conjunct Pluto, and there was a spiritualist movement during that time. And also the Theosophical, I don't know if I'm going to say it, Theosophical Society was invented or came out during that time. And that had a lot to do with mediumship and seances and the Unity Church. So it's going to be really interesting to see what transpires. And it's not just on that day. Obviously, the energy lasts for some time, but that day is going to be a pretty big powerhouse, I believe. So then Mercury goes direct. It stations on July 23rd. And when a planet stations, it can be very intense as it's turning retrograde. And this is going to be at 22 degrees of Gemini. And will return us to some mental clarity, because it's home. Mercury loves to be in Gemini, and it's the natural ruler of Gemini. So Mercury is exceptionally strong in this sign, and it will bring us focus. So if you feel you're out of focus, just again, go inward, and all will change again. But a lot of people will be able to take advantage of really sharp communications once Mercury goes direct. So again, this is a powerful few weeks that we have here, and it will get Mercury, when it goes direct, we always get clear, particularly when it's in Gemini or when it's in Virgo. So that's good to know. Now on July 26th, all the way to December 11th, it's very similar to Neptune. This is Saturn is retrograding in Pisces in Vedic astrology. And this transit will bring disruption. Saturn is karma. Saturn is health. Saturn is work. Saturn is responsibility. Saturn is restructuring. So when Saturn retrogrades in Pisces, it will focus, because it's in Pisces, Pisces is the last sign, so it will focus on endings and heavily on endings. So let's say you started something that you hadn't finished. Oh, there is, Saturn going, yeah, we're going to finish this. And so it may look at emotional experiences that have to end, or healing for emotional experiences. It also, is it's like final cleanups. So from the end of July really till pretty much mid-December, with Saturn in retrograde, you may be looking at things that you just have to clean up in your life, things that you maybe have waited for a long time to do, or postponed, or postponed. And I mean, and a lot of personal things like relationships, things that just needed clearing or something. So, and it's in Pisces. So Pisces represents fantasy and isolation and escape. But Saturn, when it goes backwards, when it retrogrades, it acts like a harsh teacher, frankly. And it's not necessarily a mirror, but what it does is it strips away, that kind of self-deception, because a lot of times we can deceive ourselves. But if you've been avoiding like financial problems and you've been avoiding taking responsibility for things that you need to do, or let's say you're in a toxic relationship, then what this time period does is it will help bring you boundaries. It will change things. And if you've had career stagnation and you've been escaping, this transit brings you face to face with reality. This is a large retrograde when Saturn retrogrades, and it's in Pisces. So I think it's going to be an excellent time to restructure your spiritual practices that you definitely want to do, and maybe dive into therapy or settle some lingering emotional baggage. That is also true. So many things with that are true. Okay. And then that's not enough for July. I'm telling you, July is a large month. July 29th, we have a full moon in Capricorn in Vedic astrology, and it will conjunct next to Pluto, also in Capricorn. And then the sun is also conjunct Jupiter, which makes it weak. And it's just a very powerful full moon. And it also comes with this thing called Guru Purnima, which I'll talk about. And let's actually start with that. Guru Purnima, which is that full moon day, that honors teachers and it honors spiritual mentors and your guides. And it falls at this time. They call it as the dispeller of darkness and ignorance. So many things that you can do on this full moon on July 29th would really be sitting in meditation, maybe do some yoga or some spiritual study. They consider this day highly auspicious, really good for your inner growth. And remember, when we come to Earth, our guides, our higher selves, want us to learn and to grow. That's why we come here. So this particular moon, and while it conjuncts Pluto, it will bring this intense transformative energy. So transformative seems to be for the next several months, and particularly this month. There's a lot of energy of that. But Pluto represents shadow work. So let's say you have a lot of things that you didn't want to talk about or you didn't want to think about. Well, this kind of things will come up. And it's an unbelievable time to make psychological shifts and uncovering maybe hidden truths, things that you kind of thought but didn't know for sure. So it is things like that that could happen. And it will also ask you during this time to dismantle your outdated career structures or outdated personal ambitions or outdated power dynamics, so that you can take true responsibility for your life. If something is just not working anymore, it's okay. You just deal with it, is what I'm saying. So it's a very important moon, and interesting. It takes place in the nakshatra called Shravana, which is the star of listening. And so it's actually ruled by the moon itself. So that Pluto being conjunct at that time will act like an amplifier, and it will force you to listen to whatever is the deepest part of you that you have, not listened to. So I would say, especially around that, during that moon, pay attention to your dreams. I think our dreams tell us so much. And also that full moon, absolutely, with the Guru Purnima, it indicates the ultimate time for spiritual transformation. So put your crystals out and do a lot of meditation. And we'll be talking. Well, I won't be talking about that because I won't be in here. So because I won't be here. But just pay attention to everything I said especially about that moon. Okay. So there you go. Anyway, and I'm going to do some cards, and let's see here. Oh, Wendy says, Kellee, it's called Fugazi in New York. Horrendous New York weather. I haven't gone yet to Disneyland. I'm going in the mid July. I'm going for a few days there. So I'm looking forward to that. Lisa says, that is how I met you, through Jen Weigel. I love her. Me too. I'm actually doing a thing with Jen Weigel. I don't know if there are any tickets left on July 8th. You'd have to go to her website and see that. I don't know how many people we can have, but I'll be doing that on July 8th. So thank you, Patty. I work with my skin all the time, so I appreciate you saying that. Let's see. Love Rule says, happy 4th. Real fell temperature in Boston today was 106. Lord have mercy. 106. It's like just insane, right? Okay, Marilyn says my birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Marilyn, July 3rd. And a shout out to my stepmom, Judy. Her birthday's today. Go, Judy. And listen to Jazz with Judy on Taos Radio on Saturday nights at, I think it starts at, 7 p.m. Central Time. And it takes place in Taos, New Mexico. Jazz with Judy, Taos, New Mexico. And I always listen to that. That's where we are every other Saturday night watching that. Okay, July 3rd is the Queen of Diamonds. And the Queen of Diamonds is very discerning. Every time I've met a Queen of Diamonds, they're very discerning. And they know what they know. And so it's an extraordinary birth placement, actually, Marilyn. And tomorrow is your birthday, and it's right before the big 4th. I think it's going to be amazing. And before I forget, let me get a card because I don't want to forget. Leslie, I'm sorry you lost your dear friend. I'm going to be giving cards from Talking to Heaven. I'm also have messages from the guides. And I'm also doing the angel number. And I also want to say a shout out to my dear friend, Michelle Kavanaugh, Snowy Owl Intuitive Services, this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So 7 p.m. Eastern Time. She will be doing a live meditation, Snowy Owl Intuitive Services. And you can find her website, Snowy Owl Intuitive Services. She does great meditations. She does great card pulling, and she does great meditations. So there. And I want to promote one other person here, Dwayne Morgan. Dwayne is an extraordinary healer. You can go to his great website, Dwayne Morgan, D-U-A-N-E Morgan. Great healer. I had a session with him, and it was quite extraordinary, I have to tell you. Quite extraordinary. And by the way, Michelle does animal readings and all kinds of Reiki and all kinds of things. So check her website out too. Okay, Leslie. Ooh, here's what I'm getting from your friend. I'm sorry she passed away, but don't be afraid. So Leslie, I have to ask, was there some fear with you with this? I know I got chills around her. And it's just happened, honey. So look for some signs. And just know that there's a lot of love there for you. Okay. A lot of love there. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay. Heather Grace. Hey, Heather Grace. She says, Kellee, my birthday is 8/11, and I know I am a 2 of something. That 2s come to over fear. Let me know. Let me explain that. So first of all, let me look. 8/11. 8/11, August 11 is, yes, a 2 of diamonds. So all 2s, ultimately, they come for often to partner up with somebody because it's a 2. 2s come to partner, but they come to overcome fear. Now, 2 of diamonds is really unique because it has a real artist, a real creative side, and a partnership. I mean, partnerships are really important here. So, and they often come with a lot of success also. But yeah, overcoming fears, and especially if I see like a 2 of spades or a 2 of clubs, it can be fears like, fear of flying, simple, basic fears, fear of water. Whenever I have a 2 of spades, I'll say, is it fear of water or fear of flying? And they'll say both. Oh, okay. And they get it when I say that you're here to overcome fear. So there you go. Jamie says, hey, Jamie Lynch, says, just the start of Mercury retrograde and you're already over it? Okay, Jamie, I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. I can't fathom traveling during this time, and yet I shall be traveling. So there you go. But I'll do my best, and I'll actually pack my patience for sure. Okay, let's see. Kelly says autocorrect. Yeah, that will be something. Hi, Mildred. How you doing, honey? Hey, Marilyn. Oh, thank you. I love this scarf. I swear to God, I just love it. I just found it yesterday, actually. Oh, thank you, Laurel. Thank you. Okay, Linda says, may I have a card? Sunday is the first anniversary of my mother's death. Absolutely. Now, that's a big one, Linda. And I have chills. She's definitely around you. That first year is really hard because for many of us, for me, I can just tell you, I was in great shock. Like I just couldn't, I could not grasp any reality around it. The second year was actually harder, and sometimes it is for many people. So let's get you a card here. Oh, she says, oh, I've got chills. I see all of your thoughts. I see all of your thoughts, Linda. Have good thoughts. Have good thoughts. There you go. Hey, Bailey. You're having kooky, Jackie, you're having kooky Wi-Fi. There you go. There you go. And then Susan Reynolds says on Monday, her AOL was out for a few hours, no email until they resolve the issue. I am telling you, that is what is going to happen. Yes. And Rita, you're not having thunderstorms. It's just hot and dry in Indiana. Okay. I get it. Okay. Leslie says, I burned my arm from my curling iron on Tuesday. Weird. Oh, Leslie, there you go. I'm sorry you did that, but I will tell you, watch these electrical appliances. I don't care if it's your toaster. I don't care if it's something on your car, computers, make sure you have everything, running at its capacity. So, I mean, all of that's, yeah. This curling iron thing was unreal. I'd never had that before. It was like just a real hot iron, like 100 times hotter than it normally would have been. And it just took off my hair like that. I couldn't believe it. Vera says, I didn't have hot water in my kitchen for 2 days. There you go. And I had to take a power snooze in the afternoon for the last 2 days. Okay, Vera, I've heard so many people tell me about sleeping in the afternoon recently. So you're right on schedule with that. I'm hearing that from a lot of people there. Hey, Lynn. So, okay, January says she's having internet problems, major all day. I'm telling you. Wendy says, oh, crap, my bottom bridge got stuck under my tongue. Oh, my gosh. And there was a bloodbath in the bathroom. You're okay now. You almost swallowed your bridge. I'll just say this one time. Yikes. I mean, that's like unbelievable. Wow. Be careful. Be careful. Okay, Marge, going to finish your screenplay. Great idea. This is what you do during this time. Study, go back, finish something. I'm still finishing the edits in our book. I mean, it's just perfect for that. Hey, Nadine, how you doing? Nadine, I'm going to get you, because you're from Vienna, I'm going to get you a message from your guides. How's that? I haven't used these cards for a while. Let's get James's cards out. Messages from the guides. How about that? Let's see, Nadine. Let's see here. Okay, let's get you a card, Nadine. Ooh, calm is not a weakness. Calm is not a weakness, my friend. That is so true. My daughter used to say, I'm worried when you're so calm, Mom. And that was true. Hey, Tracy, could you have a card? Absolutely. Let's get you a card too from the messages from the guides, Tracy. Follow the golden rule. I think that can be said for everybody. Follow the damn golden rule, everybody. Please be good, be kind. Okay, Mildred says, I had a Zoom appointment and Zoom was the strangest behavior I've ever dealt with. I'm telling you, what I'm trying to do during this time period is I'm with my sessions, get on a few minutes early. I'm going to tell you what, I have in my app, Whispers of the Soul. And if you guys want to join, go to my website and join Whispers of the Soul. Every 2 weeks, I do 5 o'clock somewhere. So we all get together and gather and talk. And if you want a cocktail or not, or whatever, we just sit, and it's a great group. But we also have a woman there, Maggie, who's great. Shout out to you, Maggie, who teaches us Qigong. And it's so amazing. And I went to jump on this Sunday, and the link from Zoom was missing. Now, I had seen it the day before because I taught a class with Shirley. By the way, a great class with Shirley about personality disorders. But I was like, wait a minute, I saw this link. It was there. And I had to scramble to get the link and to get everybody on. And I don't know how I did, but somehow it worked. And thanks everybody who was on that call for their patience. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's really strange behavior. Hi, Elizabeth Preston. Are you getting hit with this strange weather, Elizabeth? I wonder if you are. Melissa says, I had a Mercury retrograde on Wednesday when I yelled bingo when I thought I had bingo and I didn't. Oh, hey, when that happens. Okay, thanks, Wendy, for asking me how Otis is. Otis, I'm going to say, is about between 15 and 18% better, which is better than he was last week. He's lonely. Now, we do take him to the park. We have a place for our dogs that we go 2 times a week, sometimes 3 days a week, depending. But we are going to get another dog. We are going to find a dog that needs to be rehomed. And so we will do that when I get back from Los Angeles, because he really needs a mate. He needs a partner desperately. So we will be doing that. Vera says, what crystal would you recommend that we use during the month of July? Oh, that's such a great question. Gosh, Vera, I have to think about that as I look around all my crystals. Oh, you know what is a really good one is fluorite. Fluorite would be great for this one because it has an imaginary feeling. It's a creator feeling. It can also be grounding. Fluorite. I'm just going to say fluorite. I love to use fluorite, and I think that'll carry us through this energy. I do, fluorite, and also get a real good grounding stone. Some sort of, black tourmaline or something is always good to ground, all of that. So that would be, yes, Wendy, I heard that Taylor Swift is taking over New York. That is something. Deb says she's from Boston. Let's get you a card. Messages from the guides. Forgive yourself. Now, it's interesting, Deb, that I see this, and I hope this tracks for you. But in all of my sessions lately, forgiving yourself has come up. In other words, have compassion for yourself. It is something that people just don't have. It's easy to have compassion for somebody else. But when I say, let's have compassion for you, I mean, I could be speaking some crazy language. They don't understand that. Like it wasn't allowed, or like they don't even understand the concept. So please think that way, everybody. Okay. I think that's really important. Okay. Melanie says, Kellee, thank you for the support. You're welcome. You are the best. Thank you, sweetheart. May I please get a card re your career and health future? Yes. So let's see. Messages from the guides. You know what? I'm going to do angel numbers. I'm going to do the angel numbers for you. I don't know why I just have a calling for that right now. So let's get you an angel card. Okay, Melanie? Here we go. Okay. Ooh, 202, perseverance. So just persevere, honey. Just keep going. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. When planets go retrograde, I'll tell you what they do. They bring back, often for many people, things that like they had thought they had lost. Really. So think of this time as if you are needing a career, or if your career is changing or whatever, things can come back to you. Also, it's a great time to feel like, what is it in my heart and soul that I really want to do, like that? And also health. I think that health will be something that all of us will be looking at, especially when Saturn goes retrograde in Pisces, because Pisces is the final thing. Like, what have you been ignoring? I mean, you get to a point in life, you can't outrun. You can't outrun it. I just had a conversation with somebody about that today. Try as I might, you cannot outrun it. Yes. So anyway, hey, Lizette Perez, how are you, Liz? Oh my God, Lizette, let me get you a card from the angels too, Lizette. It's so good to see you. Passion. I know you have a lot of passion. 1031, passion. I know you have a lot of passion, and you're a really creative artist here. Okay. Wow. Hey, Debbie Jones, how are you? How are you, my friend? Oh my gosh, Debbie, I'm going to give you a card from the messages from the guides. Okay. And this is accurate for you, honey. Lead by example, And that is exactly what you have been doing. And I know that all along. Okay. Let's see. And wait, Marilyn, did I get you a card? I thought I did, but if I didn't, let's get you a card. Okay, Marilyn, here it is. Set your intentions. Set your intentions, especially on your birthday. Birth dates are like a start over date. So always set your intentions. That's a great one. Oh, wow. Nancy says July 8th. So you are a 7 of diamonds. And let's get you a message too from the guides. Okay, Nancy, journey within, journey within. So that could be going inward. Any which way I look at that, that's going inward. Okay, and Rose, you all are also July 8th. So July 8th is a 7 of diamonds. 7 of diamonds has to do a couple of things. They have to take a spiritual road. All sevens have to take a spiritual road, but they also have to let go of negativity. And all sevens have to let go of negativity. But a 7 of diamonds, they call it the millionaire card because they can have lots of money if they just stay on a spiritual course and let go of all the negativity. And then it's ultimately about helping people, giving money away, helping people. So that like that. And Jen Tran, hey Jen, July 6th, honey, I know your birthday's coming up. Let's get you a card from the guides. Practice moderation, Jen. Practice moderation. I think you already do. Honey. Okay. So, oh my God, Ebrizi Gowie says, I'm flying this Sunday and coming back from Poland on July 22nd. Okay, that is interesting. Your timing is pretty interesting. Yes, that July 22nd, that ought to be really interesting because it's literally the day before Mercury goes direct, and it's the day that all of those planets conjunct. So expect the 23rd, the 20. I'm telling you, the end of July, it's going to be, so I think this whole month is going to be a lot of large ticket things happening. But July 22nd, remember, take some notes, see how your trip is. It'll be interesting. I bet you have some amazing experiences there, honey. So Debbie says, I lost my beautiful sister-in-law and lifelong friend of 50 years back to back last week. Oh, honey, I am back to back. God, Debbie, I was wondering, I hadn't seen you for a while. Would love to have a card. It is definitely an emotional time for you. Debbie, you've had a tremendous amount of loss in life. A lot, honey. Let me get you a card here. All right, Debbie. Now, remember this. There is no such thing as death. Now, you and I know that. And when you've had great loss like this, we can't minimize that because it feels like the worst thing ever. And 2 people back to back is too much. A sister-in-law and a longtime life friend is too much loss. It's a lot of loss, honey. Please take really, really good care of yourself. Okay? I mean, we're at that stage in life where things like that happen. And just sending you a lot of love, Debbie. Be really, really good to yourself. And I know you've got a wonderful family there that will help and support you too. Okay, honey? Oh my gosh. Okay. That is a big one. So, Wendy says, Kellee, your studies have taught you so much. Thanks. Thank you very much. I have studied a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Colleen says, may I have a card? Yeah. June 13th. So June 13th is, I don't know when. Oops. Hold on a second. I will get that date. Sometimes I memorize them and sometimes I have trouble with them. Okay. Oh, 4 of diamonds. 4 of diamonds is the workhorse. 4 of diamonds is the workhorse. They come to experience working hard, and yet there's this energy like they have to be able to be free and travel and go and do. It's an interesting combination here. Let's get you a card from the guides. Be of service. Be of service, Colleen. There you go. Okay. Patricia says, Kellee, may I have a card of James from our beloved son? We long for him so much. Also, will I get to retire better fully from work? Well, it's interesting because this period of time that we have with all these planets that are going to be retrograde, it will bring a lot of people to retiring, actually. So let's see. A card from your son? You bet. Let's go here. It says, my death was painless. Please don't worry and don't hold on to guilt. Don't hold on to guilt. Okay? Whatever that is to you, do not hold on to guilt. There you go. I hope that happens. So Maura says, I know I have postponed yet, have cleared a lot and feel stuck a bit. Now, a lot of people will feel stuck during this period of time that we're in. It's not unusual. And yet, I'll tell you, it will still, when you're stuck, ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of something? Are you stuck? What is it? Usually this, you guys know what you're stuck about. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to make waves over here. I am that, think about, wonder why you are stuck. Okay. Think like that. Patty says, I buried my husband on June 22nd. Would the end of July be a good time to travel? I'm going to say yes, Patty. Yes. You have gone through so much, and I'm so sorry, honey. It would be a good time to travel. Yeah, it would be. And it's probably a good thing. And at the end of July, Mercury will be, direct again, and probably a much better time to travel if you can. And you've been through a lot. So yeah, God bless you, honey. Isabel says, my birthday is tomorrow. Let's go with tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 3rd, the Queen of Diamonds. So, and Queen of Diamonds and your birthday tomorrow should be, especially with all of this powerful energy with Mercury retrograde for the year. So if your birthday is July 3rd, the retrograde will bring back for the year things into your lap that you maybe were missing, things that you had forgot to think about, or all of a sudden things come back, people come back into your life. That actually, because your birthday is on that day, will bring back some things, unexpected things for the year, which will be amazing, right? Lots of, yes, Anne Margaret, lots of July birthdays. Oh my gosh. Yes, she says, I hope everybody has the right amount of adventures and blessings. Absolutely. Hi, Tiziana. She says, I'm from Australia. Hi, Australia friend. My best friend passed last week. Get out. Boy, I'm so sorry. Let's get you a card, honey, from the other side. Oh, I love this. We have been together in dreams, and I have chills. I have chills with that. Look for bright colored flowers and sunsets and sunrises and things like that. And you'll feel her energy, because I can feel her energy around. That's a big one. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Laurel. Marge says, can I have a card September 18th? Yes. September 18th is a 6 of clubs. 6 of clubs. You can't rest on your laurels. The 6 of clubs has to actually get out of their comfort zone and speak their truth. So let's get you a card, Karen. Don't relinquish your power. Yeah, for sure. Don't relinquish your power. Okay. For sure. Okay. Wendy says, Kellee, my dreams, too many different people. Now, let me just say this. Right now, these people are having some wild dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, because boy, that subconscious, that unconscious is coming out. I had somebody that said to me today that she had a dream about a tsunami. Now, tsunamis, and she was all worried that was going to happen. And I said, yeah, no. Well, funny thing is, on Earth, yeah, it could, but that's not what the dream is. Anytime you dream about water, it's emotions. So I was like, what are you worried about emotionally? Because it's something big's coming up for you. So, okay. Michelle says, can I have a card? I just got another no thank you email after I had an interview on Tuesday. Well, keep looking, Michelle. Let's get you a card. Keep looking. Again, with retrograde, things come back. And the other thing is, if you get a no, then you weren't supposed to be there. Okay. I mean, I don't want you to worry. Okay. Release toxic relationships. So, Michelle, are you in any type of a toxic relationship at all? Is anything going on like that? But a great job will come your way, honey. A great job. Did anybody see The Bear? I finally we saw season 5. If anybody hasn't seen it, I won't go into it, but I just loved it. Just loved it. Okay, Lee, my birthday is also tomorrow, July 3rd. Oh my gosh, Lee, let's get you a card too. Happy birthday, Queen of Diamonds. Oh, I love that. All these people. Lee, you're going to be like, I've been patient. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. So again, if your birthday is July 3rd, we're looking at, let me see something. 7, is this right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, plus it's an 11 day. Wow. Powerful day for you guys that are July 3rd. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that tracks. So that will be a very powerful day for 11s and 11 days. It will be like a teaching day. So hold that energy. It's big. It's large energy on July 3rd. Really large energy here. Okay, there you go. So Vivian says, I'd love a card too. All right, well, here we go. Let's get you a card. Choose love over fear. Love over fear, for sure. James always says that, and it's true. Gayla says it's actually only 102. Only 102 in Peoria with Arizona and 4% humidity, which is really extraordinary because it's been so hot other places. You'd think it is Arizona. Okay, Marilyn says, my sweet cat Sissy, love that name, passed on Monday. She was 15. Let's get you a card from her, honey. Okay, interesting. I'm sorry. I think she's sorry that she had to leave. Please forgive her. Please forgive her. It was just her time. Oh, my goodness. Isn't it hard when we lose our loved animals? I hate that. Oh my gosh. Hey, Michelle Kavanaugh, Snowy Owl Intuitive Services. So, okay. Noelle says, can I have a card? I'm not sure what my next move should be to get less stuck. Okay, let's get you a card here. Everyone has value. Do you know your value, Noelle? Are you aware of who you are? What is your value to yourself? Always ask yourself that. So it will start to move the dial. Again, I keep hearing the word stuck, and stuck is, we often know, well, I'm stuck. I'm stuck because I'm in a bad relationship, or I'm stuck because I don't know what I want to do. All right. Sometimes when you're stuck, it's okay. Maybe just sit and do nothing. Just sit and do nothing. And then the right thing occurs and you start to move again. There are all kinds of times that people get stuck. Maybe you're not supposed to do anything right now. So think like that. Oh, Margie says, I voted for you today. That's so sweet. Thank you. Somebody had nominated me for Spiritual Teacher of the Year, and I was just blown away. Thank you so much, everybody that has gone onto my on my Facebook and Instagram and things to vote for me. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, that means a lot to me. And I've worked hard. I just love what I do. I love to work hard because I love what I do. And so anyway, thank you really very, very much. It's I'm blown away by the whole procedure of all of this. So, okay, let's get you a card. Love, Margie, is your energy. Love is your energy. There you go. That's a good, beautiful card. Just Camp Dawn says, I will be traveling next Thursday. Will that be within that Mercury retrograde? Oh, you betcha. You betcha. Yep. And I'll be traveling on that Friday. And yes, we will be in Mercury retrograde experience. Pack your patience. If you guys are traveling up until Mercury goes direct on the 23rd, but it takes a couple of 2 or 3 days to really settle into better energy, just know that could be, a time period to travel, a challenging one. Okay. GT says, I have a fear of being abandoned. It's a fear that took me a long time to realize that I had, and it affects the very way I interact with people. So let me tell you the number one fear. Thank you for saying that. Number one fear that I work with is being abandoned. Yeah. And sometimes it's not from this lifetime. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you had a parent that, didn't take care of you. All your needs weren't met. And sometimes it almost makes no rational sense why you have it. And it absolutely could be from a prior lifetime that you carried that in, but it does affect the way you would interact with people. And it's a big one. I work with that one a lot as a psychotherapist and as a medium too, as a spiritual counselor. Also, I work a lot with that one. And some people come into this lifetime to deal with their fear of abandonment, So think like that. Thank you for saying that, though. I really appreciate your being able to write that out. Thank you, honey. Hey, Renee, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Cindy, I just had to put my little dog Izzy to sleep on June 11th. Let's get you a card. That's a hard one, right, Cindy? Now I have no pain. That's a hard one. A lot of you know I put my beloved Charlotte down at the end of May. And that's just a tough one. It's a tough one. Okay. Megan says a flat battery in her car needed to be replaced. Yep, that happens a lot. Okay. Let's see here. A lot of things happening here. Yes, Marilyn's great question. Can Mercury retrograde cause physical accidents? Yes. It can. So you really want to watch, be in your body, take your time, go slowly. Can absolutely cause car accidents. Just go slow, take your time. Okay. Wendy says, I love when your daughter says that. Oh, that's funny. Yes, Marge, let's get you a message from the guides. Here we go. Like attracts like. Okay. Oh, Gina Lynn, you're going to be at the Jen Weigel event. Oh, great. Okay. Oh, that's going to be fun. And you know what, Gina? I think on that, I will be going over everybody's birth date and just doing like mini readings for everybody. So I will do your reading when I see you then. Thanks. I'm so glad that you said that you're going to be there. Let's see. Oh, Marge says you should find one of the beagles that need homes, the ones that were removed from the medical testing place in Wisconsin. I thought about that, Marge. I did think about that. I know somebody that took 3 of those dogs, actually, Marge. So yeah, lots of earthquakes going along. Josie, the Wi-Fi dropped. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so much. Oh my gosh. Well, it made sense, Deb, to forgive yourself. Okay, I'm glad. Well, everybody, listen, have a great month. It's a large month. Take notes, and pack your patience and have a lot of compassion for everything you're going through in life. Okay. And just get as grounded as you can. And we all get through everything. Okay. So everybody, I look forward to seeing you in a month in August. But if you'd like a session with me, go to kelleewhite.com. I still have sessions in July. I still be working, just not while I'm traveling for those 10 days. I'll be gone. But other than that, I will have time open on my schedule. And then soon I'll be doing my August schedule, and I'll be back with Shirley. And we'll get back to the races again. All right, everybody. Much love out there, and take care of yourself. See you soon.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.